This is how cars keep people broke and how to build true wealth. So just so you understand, I have over a $1.4 million net worth. If you subscribe, look at the channel, it goes through how you could do something similar to that as well. I'm going to go through some averages for vehicles and go through new versus used vehicles. Right now, the average payment is about $737 for a new vehicle or $520 for a used vehicle. Loans between the two are about $41,000 versus $26,000 at the moment. Interest rates, we're at 6.6% versus about 11.7%, and I'll come to that in a second with credit score. People buying new cars tend to have higher credit score. People buying used cars tend to have lower credit scores. Having a lower credit score plus basically a depreciating liability, a vehicle, you end up with a higher interest rate. And I found this funny. The term limits basically on average are about 68 months and 67 months. So even if somebody has a car that's much older, they're still dragging those loans out for a very long period of time, and you're going to run into basically repairs. So why do I say cars keep you broke? Well, a car on average depreciates, meaning it goes down in value year after year. And how bad is that? Well, on average, year one, you drive that car off the lot, you're losing about 20 to 25% of everything you paid. So if you've paid $40,000 for a vehicle, it may have dropped by $8,000 to $10,000 in value. The subsequent year, you're going to look at another 15% loss, another 15% loss, and you're going to do that for several years. And what you're going to see is that value goes from 80% in year one to 68% in year two. Year three, you're under about 60% most of the time, and by year 4 or 5, you're very close to about 40% of the value. And that's why a lot of people will buy things off of lease. So wealthy people buy like a very good vehicle that's reliable, usually at the 3-year point when most of the depreciation has occurred, or at least the rapid depreciation. So what are things that people actually build real wealth in? Well, generally they'll buy real estate on average that appreciates or goes up in value. Other things would be assets on average, they appreciate or go up in value. And if I took the same car payment, either the $737 or the $520 per month, and I invested that, so imagine I invested that same money at $520 a month at a 7% annualized rate of return after inflation's been figured in. So this is actually in today's value. In 40 years, I would have about $1.3 million of value that I can go and buy cars with and things like that. I know you have to drive a car today. I gotcha. The car I drive is about $3,000. It's 12 years old. It gets 32 miles to the gallon. I've had it for now, almost 12 years. And I'm going to keep it till it dies, or the repairs effectively become more expensive than the car itself. And I also make most of the simple repairs myself. So all those things help to save money. If I took the $737 a month at 7% over 40 years, that's $1.8 million. And if I didn't factor in inflation, typically the stock market, the S&P 500, has returned about 10 to 11% over the last 30 years. So 10.5% at 40 years, that would be $4.7 million. Again, I invest heavily in the S&P 500. This averages about 10 to 11% over the last 30 years. I also like to use tax advantage accounts wherever possible. So I like to max out like 401ks, IRAs, spousal Roth IRAs, things like that, so that we can take full advantage of all the tax advantages, tax laws that are available. And that helps me keep more of the money. If you want to learn more about that, subscribe. This channel goes over a lot of financial education to teach you and your family how to become better off financially. So where do I get this net worth? Well, my car is it's not really worth much at all. I like it because it gets high gas mileage. That's about it. And it's also cheaper to insure because it's an older vehicle, saving me even more money. Also, if anything gets scratched or something like that, I'm not really worried about it. I'm not impressing anybody either. My home, Again, real estate appreciates on average over long periods of time. So I probably have about $250,000 equity in my home. So that's goes towards my net worth. Liquid assets, this would be like stocks, bonds, gold, silver, stuff like that. That's about 800 plus thousand. Non-liquid assets, I own commercial farms, small businesses, things like that. It's another 400,000. So you add that up and it's about 1.45 million. If that's something that interests you and you want to learn how to open a business, be an entrepreneur, how to make more money, or learn taxes, this is a channel for you. Please subscribe. I cover a lot of those financial topics. Thank you for watching and have a great day.